XER Reader is an essential tool for proper P6 scheduling. It helps you correctly import and verify P6 data so that your timelines and assignments are mapped to the correct project intent. You avoid confusion by interpreting software exports to ensure a correct view of the P6 schedule. The XER File Viewer and XER Viewer tools within XER Reader help you check constraints, associations, and baselines before you publish your changes. Proper scheduling shapes your actions regarding costs, procurement, and resources. A 5% variance on a $5 million project means you lose $250,000 in overhead. With perfect logic and baseline data, you eliminate conflicts and redundant work. Use tools like XER Reader for rapid XER export analysis. This helps you check your critical path and baselines for consistency so your P6 schedule aligns with facts. The consequences of missed milestones trickle down to claims, lost production, and loss of trust from stakeholders. A missed dependency could take weeks to correct follow-on trades. Disputes and acceleration claims are addressed by applying readable and auditable schedules that point out float, restraints, and overallocations. Logic error corrections help prevent costly changes on complex civil or industrial projects. Contemporary scheduling also requires using computer software to ensure consistency. P6 software integrations support validating thousands of activities in minutes compared to days. To identify broken links, calendars, or duplicate IDs before they damage your baseline, you can use an exclusive viewer for an XER file called XER Reader to keep your P6 project management information accurate. Technology enables auto comparisons in baseline comparison, negative lag detection, and resource leveling simulation. For example, analyzing a 10,000 activity XER file to highlight circular relationships or missing predecessors reduces manual quality assurance time from days to hours. You can take advantage of functionalities, including exportable change logs, comparisons at the field level, and filters that allow activities to be selected according to WBS, EPS, or cost codes, so that problems are addressed ahead of time. You depend on XER Reader for understanding the XER export data, pulling activities, WBS, OBS, calendars, and assignments in a way that ensures your review is compatible with the original P6 software organization. It can process big files over 50,000 activities or 100 megabytes while checking the necessary fields for any discrepancies in dates or ID numbers, enabling you to take corrective action before damaging your baseline. Thanks to features like fast parsing under 30 seconds for 20,000 activities, field-level validation, version comparison, export of data to CSV and XML files, timeline preview, and resource histograms, XER Reader is a diagnostics and reporting solution combined. It has features to apply filters on WBS, code, or resource activities, perform custom rule validation, and use its XER file viewer to evaluate troublesome activities without requiring access to Oracle P6. Tightly integrated to import perfectly into P6 Professional or P6 EPPM, XER Reader preserves OBS, user-defined fields, baselines, and calendars to ensure the import maintains the integrity of the original P6 schedule. It supports prevalent XER schema definitions and can read both Unicode and special characters. It uses mapping functionality to match resource IDs and role IDs. XER Reader can automatically match typical fields, identifying about 15 regular discrepancies for missing calendars, duplicate activity IDs, and other issues. For instance, when processing a 35,000 activity EPC project, it identified 420 inappropriate resource assignments to prevent discrepancies from reaching your P6 project management database. When importing a complex schedule into XER Reader, it checks hundreds of records to highlight incorrectly matched WBS codes, duplicated activity IDs, absence of calendars, or incorrectly matched % complete values. For example, when importing a 300 activity file, it usually highlights 10 to 30 differences. You can export those differences into a CSV file to re-import into your own P6 software. With real-time updates, your team can see changes to the schedule as they are made, including activities, dependencies, and assignments. This helps planners not work with outdated baselines. For a highway project with 1,200 activities, project managers used XER Reader to distribute reconciled changes during daily team meetings. For deeper control, you can set up push or pull time intervals and configure filters based on WBS resources or activity codes. This allows for controlling traffic volume during P6 project management software integration, while still taking advantage of quick visual spot checks provided by the XER viewer. Large export files can be opened without needing an installed base of P6. Using XER Reader, viewing the structured dates or resources in the schedule can be done quickly, because the software works as the best XER file viewer for schedules that usually consist of tens of thousands of activities. You get quick onboarding tools that enable most reviewers to complete basic validation checks within less than 30 minutes. Inline samples illustrate how XER file export attributes are related to governance schedule items used for P6 project management. Other support includes a searchable knowledge base, downloadable sample XER files, step-by-step validation checklists, and help tickets for complex validation mappings. API documentation with examples is provided so that your automation engineers can use scripts to incorporate the XER viewer into your validation processes. This is observable in practical applications, where XER Reader improves schedule accuracy and coordination for multi-contractor programs, shortening reconciliation time and pointing out discrepancies in data that could otherwise influence forecasts adversely. For example, a $350 million hospital redevelopment project with 4,200 activities applied XER Reader to combine 6 contractors' XERs. It reduced 134 duplicated activities and decreased planner slippage from 24% to 6% within 9 months, conserving an estimated 420 hours of planner time. In complex projects, you depend on XER Reader for baseline comparison, resource calendar validation, and recognition of broken logic when handing projects over. Construction managers were able to identify 58 out-of-sync constraints within a 9,000 activity build project where the float analysis results were misleading. Over several deployments, reductions of 60 to 95% in import errors, 50 to 80% in reconciliation time, and gains in schedule fidelity leading to reduced decision cycles have been observed. These have been validated in multi-million-dollar programs where this software replaced manual parsing. A specific example shows the difference between manual reconciliation in 120 hours compared to XER Reader's 8 hours. This amounts to about $9,880 per reconciliation at $85 per hour saved. In more complex integration situations, improved forecasting accuracy boosts recovered benefits, resulting in a decrease of 1 to 3% contingency losses on a project's return on investment, which directly impacts cash flow. You also benefit from timely, justifiable data for project purposes with improved earned value. Therefore, you rely on XER Reader to ensure the integrity of imports, the accuracy of data, and the ability to update the P6 software to exchange the right files. With a confirmed P6 schedule and P6 project management processes, the XER file viewer and XER viewer are essential to your arsenal. XER Reader checks for correspondence with Primavera format structures to automatically detect errors before importing or exporting data. It catches missing fields, ID mismatches, conflicting dates, and calendar conflicts, providing a full report for importing clean data into the P6 software. Its use reduces data corruption errors in P6 scheduling. It also automatically checks for broken dependencies, duplicate activities, out-of-sequence constraints, negative lags, and calendar discrepancies. It examines critical path integrity, float calculations, and resource allocations, reporting exceptions with corrective actions. As a lightweight utility to browse and analyze XER files, XER Reader enables a planner to detect logic and resource errors before they enter the master P6 schedule. Integrating XER Reader into review processes enhances collaboration and schedule reliability. It enables users to view readable and shareable exports and comparison reports without access to full P6 software. Comparison of versions, delta comparisons among XER versions, and storage of validation log history allow traceable approvals of project management processes within the P6 software.